everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you another easy family meal idea. This one is a really big hit with my whole family. The kids love it, my husband loves it, I enjoy it as well. And it's a really simple roasted tomato soup with twice baked potatoes. It's a perfect family weekend lunch or tea option, and it's really simple to do as well. So for this you will need tomatoes. I have 3 punnets here at 600 grams weight per punnet, but you don't have to be specific. You just need quite a lot of tomatoes. So I've gone for these 3 punnets here. I tend to go for whatever type of tomato is on offer, just to make it a bit cheaper because it can be quite expensive to buy that many packets of tomatoes. Also for the soup you will need a red onion and a large garlic head. I only have small ones, so I'm going to use 2. You will also need some olive oil, some salt and pepper, and I'll show you a bit later on, but you can actually customize this soup to your particular taste once the roasting bit is done. Then for your twice baked potatoes, you will need some baked potatoes, obviously. I always do loads when I make this recipe. I double up the amount of potatoes I think we'll need because it makes so much soup. It's nice to have the potatoes ready done and you can just microwave them for leftovers. Then also for the potatoes, you're going to need some goat's cheese. My kids prefer theirs with cheddar. They will eat it with goat's cheese, but they prefer the taste of cheddar, so I just do half and half. I'm gonna put some spring onions in the potatoes for my husband and the kids will sometimes have ham or something like that in there as well, but today they're just having the cheese. You'll also need some creme fraiche and some seasoning too. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put your potatoes in your preheated oven for around an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how big they are. Then you can crack on with making your soup. So all you need to do, and it really is so simple, which is why it's one of my favorites, is wash all of your tomatoes and then halve them all. So once you've cut all your tomatoes in half, just put them into a roasting tin and then cut your onion into quarters or into 8s if it's a particularly big one. Then for the garlic, you're going to want to slice it right down the middle, so across, almost like a cross section when you open it up. Then lay your garlic halves on top of your tomatoes cut side up. Then drizzle the whole thing with some olive oil and then season to taste with some sea salt and ground black pepper. Then pop it in your preheated oven at about 180 degrees for around 45 minutes to an hour. I would check on them after 45 minutes and see if they look done. Once the tomatoes are done, you can take them out of the oven. I always tend to leave mine to cool for a little bit. You're gonna need to be able to handle the garlic. This is the best bit, it's so satisfying. So you just pick up your garlic halves and just give each clove a little squeeze and it pops out into the tray with the tomatoes, and you can get rid of the skin of the garlic then. Then tip the whole thing, probably in 2 or 3 lots, into a blender and just blend it up until it's as smooth as you want it. My kids like it quite smooth, so I tend to keep blending it for a while. Once you've blended all your soup, you can put it in a large saucepan to reheat later on if you're not eating straight away, but I also like to add some extra flavour at this point. Sometimes I will add pesto, which is a really nice flavour to add. Other times some balsamic vinegar, extra salt and pepper to taste, and about a teaspoon of sugar. By this point your potatoes should be done, so you can remove them from the oven and put these to cool. Once they're cool enough to touch, you can cut them in half, scoop out the insides into a bowl. At this point I will add the goat's cheese. I put the whole lot in and mash it in with some butter, and the spring onions. I would usually use chives, but I couldn't find any in my local supermarket this time, so I had to use spring onion instead. As I said, for the kids, I will separate some of the potato and add cheddar cheese to theirs, sometimes with ham, sometimes not. Today it's just the cheese. Then mash it all together and scoop the insides of the potato back into the skins, and then pop them back in the oven for around 20 minutes, just until it starts to brown on top. And that's it. It really is so simple to do. Kids love it. As I said, my husband really likes it. In fact, it's one of his favorite dinners. So I would highly recommend you give it a go. Let me know in the comments below if you try it, and I hope you enjoy it if you do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these cooking videos. Let me know if you'd like to see more. I've got plenty of recipes I could share with you, so I'd love to hear from you if you enjoy them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my content. I'm gonna go and play with Marnie now because she's hovering around my feet, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!